The dad jokes, the backstabbing, the front stabbing, the side stabbing, the staplers. Staplers flying all over the place. What a circus.
Just be happy with who you are.
I was still going to be standing up on this stage, but I am because of pure grit and because of the people out there. I've been told many times to wait my turn and to step aside. And I'm not going to do that now, and I'm not going to do that because a campaign memo from Mayor Bloomberg said this morning that the only way that we get a nominee is if we step aside for him. I think we need something different than Donald Trump. I don't think you look at Donald Trump and say we need someone richer in the White House.
Thank you.
Stapled to my heart.
You
have stapled my heart, madam.
Well, thank you.
But at a certain point, you got to ask yourself, why did this pattern arise? Why is it especially the case among your supporters?
I don't think it is especially the case, by the way.
That's just not true. Look, well, people know.
Pete, if you want to talk to someone
How
who can move us forward.
Stop sexism on the internet. We could nominate a woman for candidate for President of the United States. I think that might go a long way if we showed our stuff as a party. And the other thing I want to talk about is really what is at the core of this issue between Senator Sanders and the culinary.
But we need to get everybody's health care plan out here. Mayor Buttigieg really has a slogan that was thought up by his consultants to paper over a thin version of a plan that would leave millions of people unable to afford their health care. It's not a plan, it's a PowerPoint. And Amy's plan is even less. It's like a Post-it note, insert plan here. Bernie had it all the first time. Take the win and come back into the fight.
This could be the redemption arc.
Guys, I'm
We're ready, Elizabeth. Give us your energy.
Mayor Buttigieg, I think she named.
Democratic voters have to wait.
It just takes us a long time. Unfortunately or fortunately.
Could I comment on that?
Fortunately, I make a lot of money, and we do business all around the world, and we are preparing it. The number of pages will probably be in the thousands of pages. I can't go to TurboTax, but I put out my
Trump. And we talked about stop and frisk, and we talked about the workplace that Mayor Bloomberg has established and the problems there. But maybe we should also ask how Mayor Bloomberg in 2004 supported George W. Bush for president, put money into Republican candidates for the United States Senate when some of us, Joe and I and others, were fighting for Democrats to control the United States Senate. And maybe we can talk about a billionaire saying that we should not raise the minimum wage, or that we should cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. If that's a way to beat Donald Trump, wow, I would be very surprised.
Thank you.
You're on the committee that does trade. You're literally in part of the committee that's overseeing these things, and we're not able to speak to literally the first thing about the politics of the country to ourselves.
Are you trying to say that I'm dumb, or are you mocking me here, Pete?
I'm saying that you shouldn't trivialize
I made
that
an error. People sometimes forget names. I am the one that has, number one, has the experience.
There were at least 24 instances where police were involved in the deaths of civilians. None of those officers were prosecuted. You did prosecute a black teenager who was sentenced to life in prison, despite what are now serious doubts about the evidence. Now, the Minneapolis chapter of the NAACP has recently called for you to suspend your campaign.
If she's smart, she'll pivot to the president of Mexico.
Has come out
Can I talk about the president of Mexico instead,
big
please?
picture about our employees and how happy they are. I don't know what does.
Senator Warren, you've been critical of Mayor Bloomberg on this issue.
Yes, I have. And I hope you heard what his defense was. I've been nice to some women. That just doesn't cut it. The mayor has to stand on his record. And what we need to know is exactly what's lurking out there. He has gotten some number of women, dozens, who knows, to sign non-disclosure agreements, both for sexual harassment and for gender discrimination in the workplace. So, Mr. Mayor, are you willing to release all of those women from those non-disclosure agreements so we can hear their side of the story?
The dad jokes, the backstabbing, the front stabbing, the side stabbing, the staplers. Staplers flying all over the place. What a circus.
That's where the asthma is. That's where the groundwater supply has been polluted. That's where, in fact, people, do not have the opportunity to be able to get away from everything from still asbestos in the walls of our schools. I have $1 trillion program for infrastructure. That will provide for thousands and thousands of new jobs, not $15 an hour, but $50 an hour plus benefits. Unions being able to do that. And what it does is it will change the nature. Look, here's the last point I want. My time's going to run out. Here's the last point I want to make to you. On day one, when I'm elected president,
that those people who are working, you know what, Mr. Bloomberg, wasn't you who made all that money. Maybe your workers played some role in that as well. And it is important that
it would make it easier for Donald Trump to get reelected than listening to this conversation. It's ridiculous. We're not going to throw out capitalism. We tried that. Other countries tried that. It was called communism, and it just didn't work.
So let me make a proposal that will work, that has not only support.
The questions to you.
Well, the question was that I was winning, and I think by a fairly comfortable margin. Mike mentioned that. But here is the point. Let's talk about democratic socialism, not communism, Mr. Bloomberg. That's a cheap shot. Let's talk about democratic. Let's talk about what goes on in countries like Denmark.
Yes.
Which he correctly pointed out, they have a much higher quality of life in many respects than we do. What are we talking about? We are living in many ways in a socialist society right now.
Talking about compared to, hey, do you not know who the president of Mexico is? Because you could tell she had a whole bunch of things prepared for that. Like her staffers were like, okay, this will kill. Why didn't you memorize a bunch of other random facts and then try and drop them? Hopefully you don't mess them up, because that would be more embarrassing. And that would make you seem even more ridiculous. So hopefully your delivery is flawless at this moment, and nothing bad ever happens. Yeah, this is unprecedented. We have not one, but two incredible dad jokes already. I have heard that Pete Buttigieg loves his PowerPoint. Fantastic. I've heard that Amy Klobuchar likes using, Quicken? I don't know. I can't keep up. I don't know all these strange boomer references. Boomer in all over the place. So exciting. On top of that, Mike Bloomberg. I have never seen a man more nervous to be where he is right now, and that is beautiful. That is the chef's kiss that I'm taking away from every single part here. This is like, it's not even like he's getting slaughtered. He's already dead. He's like in Minecraft. He's on the floor. And Elizabeth Warren? What is this? What is this strange feeling? This feeling inside me. My word. I've spent so much time. Betrayed, confused, scared, afraid. Coiled over like a fetus, covered in embryonic fluid. Well, the last one was kind of maybe my own doing, but still. And then where did you come from? Is this a sign of things to come, chat? Is that what's happening here? Are these the first stages? Is this the opening salvo of the Elizabeth Warren redemption arc? Because if so, I'm here for it.
Hello, it's me.
If I was to summarize what I just saw, it would probably be something along the lines of this.
Try this. I see some black people in the audience. Could someone ask them to be quiet? Would that maybe work? Guys, come on. You see? Thank you, sister. Guys, you are what is wrong with society right now. You are proving it right now. This nonsensical, guys, this epic, nonsensical, self-righteous bullshit.
President of the United States should be a check on that. I'm not going to limit what people make, but I think right now our tax code is so tilted against regular people, and that is what's wrong. I was thinking of your question about small businesses. The small businesses I talk to, they have trouble getting employees because their employees don't have child care.
This economy, how good it is. And the good part of the economy, it's only 60 seconds, not up yet. And the fact is that we are in a situation where you have the president making clear that he doesn't doesn't want any part of me being his opponent. He's spending $125,000 this week to keep me from being an opponent. I wonder why.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Vanessa,
can I respond to the Vice President's comments, please?
Can you kid anyone? What did he say? I have no idea.
So members of our community with the message that they were as American as we are. A los soñadores hay que decir que este país es tu país también.
Everyone was as perfect. I wish everyone was as perfect as you, Pete, but let me tell you what it's like to be in the arena. And number one, do the math. If my friend Andrew Yang was up here, that's what he'd say. In fact, I have opposed and not supported 2/3 of the Trump judges, so get your numbers right. And I am in the top 10 to 15 of opposing them. Number two, when it comes to immigration reform, the things that you are referring to, that official that you are referring to was supported by about half the Democrats, including someone in this room. And I will say this, he was highly recommended by the Obama officials. You know why? Because Trump had so few career people. I did not one bit agree with these draconian policies to separate kids from their parents. And in my first 100 days, I would immediately change that. And I would add one more thing. I have been in the arena. Ted Kennedy, he had made a pretty big allegation against me again, and I think I should have a right to respond.
I'm stating the facts because these are votes that you
Ted Kennedy.
Dice el ratón.
Among the Democrats.
Okay. All righty. Vice President Biden?
Play by the rules.
Yes or no? Leading person with the delegate, should they be the nominee or not?
No, let the process work its way out.
Mayor Buttigieg?
Not necessarily. Not till there's a
Senator
majority.
Klobuchar?
Let the process work.
Senator Sanders?
Well, the process includes 500 superdelegates on the second ballot. So I think that the will of the people should prevail. Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Most votes should become the nominee.
5 no's and a yes.
We are not done yet. We're back with more from Las Vegas after a short break.
Just in, it's not entertaining enough. We need you to just point at all of them and then ask them one-word question. And if they answer, don't let them answer. Just keep pointing at them and ask them a different one, and they go to the next one and then see what they say. Holy smokes. Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you like cozy environments with other wholesome people? Well, then come join the Discord. It's got a whole bunch of stuff to help you with creative endeavors, such as stock footage, royalty-free music, and an amazing community of people looking to help each other out and uplift your content. Join the Discord now by going to weareserfs.com. That's weareserfs.com.
We would like to thank Miranda Marone. You are our monarch, and we thank you for our indentured servitude. We would like to thank our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, Michaela Schmid, Tomospin, Farrer Tahone. You are all the pillars of our organization. To our Knights of the Square Table, Paul Parafit, Daniel Kahn, Clement Chutskoff, Alan R., Josh Mickelson, and Dr. Zayas, Cooper Pilot, Andrea Lynn Epperly, Dylan Bythe, Terry, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. And to our merchants, thank you for taking mercy upon us.